Like and subscribe if you feel rushed. Welcome back to the channel, little flexers. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is JW Crewall, aka Flex Daddy, and this is one of the best places to learn about the Pokemon trading card game while having some fun along the way. Now, today's deck is Robin Schultz's first place Liverpool Regionals winning deck, Rapid Strike Urshifu. But the funny thing is, there's really not much of a focus on Rapid Strike Urshifu. You're going to see what I mean in just a second, but it's a really low count of Rapid Strike Urshifu. There's a couple other attackers, and the deck is overall absolutely nutty. There's 22 one-of cards. Now, normally you think of one-of cards in counter decks or stall decks, so they have ways to be able to adjust to any strategy that the opponent might employ. And that's exactly what we're seeing here in this Rapid Strike Urshifu deck, is that there's just a ton of different cards that are trying to, in little ways, gain advantage over the opponent. So when you're playing this deck, you have to be thinking about a ton of different things. How do I conserve resources? How do I set up an attacker for the next turn? What's the best attack to use for the next turn? It's a lot of information that you need to keep track of at all times. So let's get into the list. This is going to be a little bit longer of a deck profile. I usually try to keep them under about 3 minutes. I imagine this will probably go 4 or 5 just because there's a lot of different cards. So if you're not really into the deck profile, I'll put a timestamp down below to when the gameplay starts. You can go switch on over to the gameplay if you already know what is going on with this deck. For those that don't though, let's go into the list here. We of course have our Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. This is our main attacker doing 150 for 1 energy Gale Thrust. If you move this Pokemon to the bench, to the active from your bench, then you can do 150. And then Gmax Rapid Flow is discard all energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 120 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. The interesting thing about this list is that there's really not a ton of ways to move this Rapid Strike Urshifu. Of course, we are playing Scoop Up Net so that we could put a 1 prizer in the active, scoop it up, bring up our Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. But beyond that, we're expecting this Rapid Strike Urshifu to stay in the active to be able to use Gmax Rapid Flow, maybe just Gale Thrust again for, 30 damage. I mean, it's really interesting because in this list, we only play the singleton copy of Tower of Waters. There's also Bird Keeper, so that's our second way to switch. Bird Keeper is a supporter here. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench, but those are really the only 2 ways to get this Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX out of the active. So we're kind of expecting it to be knocked out. We're expecting to Gale Thrust, to take a hit, and then to Gmax Rapid Flow, and then to get knocked out on that following turn. So that's kind of the life cycle of this Rapid Strike Urshifu. So you say, JW, what other attackers do you have? Well, that's a really great question. There is another switching attacker, Hoopa here, Assault Gate, 90 damage for 1 energy. If this Pokemon didn't move from the bench to the active, it does nothing. So you need to, again, just like the Urshifu VMAX, has to be on the bench. And then during the course of your turn, it has to move active so that you can do the 90 damage. Now, this card is really good for Meloetta and other 1 prize Pokemon to be able to just do that 90 damage swing. You're going to knock out a Meloetta, assuming they don't have Oricorio in that, Mew VMAX deck. And that's pretty strong because you don't want to leave your Urshifus active in those situations most of the time. Now, we also have a secondary attacker here in Galarian Moltres, and this is probably, the best heavy hitting attacker in the deck, but it takes a few turns to get there. So since the deck is primarily focused around 1 prizers, of course you have the entire Inteleon line here. You can see it up here. You're gonna have your Octillery out. You're gonna have your Drizziles, your Inteleons. So your opponent is most likely going to take 3 prizes on a VMAX and then a couple more prizes on the Inteleons and the Octilleries. So as they're taking these prizes, your Galarian Moltres is just getting stronger and stronger. Fiery Wrath, this attack does 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken, so it can do up to 270 damage at the end of the game, assuming your opponent has taken 5 prizes. And then the ability of Malevolent Charge, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may attach up to 2 dark energies from your hand to this Pokemon. So I've been seeing a lot of people comment that this deck is a pile, that it can't get attackers going, but it really comes down to how well you can utilize this Galarian Moltres. Of course, we have the Urshifu VMAX. That should be pretty straightforward in how to use it. But then as the game gets later, you really need to set up these Galarian Moltres plays. And for the most part, you need to be able to use Galarian Moltres not just once, but probably twice. So how do we do that? Well, here's a couple more one-ups. We have Ordinary Rod. Choose one or both. Shuffle up to 2 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck, or 2 basic energy cards. So you can do both, of course, getting back that Moltres into the deck. You also have Clara, which is a really strong card for this deck. So Clara allows you to put 2 Pokemon and 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So you can just grab that Moltres, grab the 2 basic darks, slap it down with the Malevolent Charge, attach another energy, and you are good to go to attack with the Moltres. So what I'll often try to do is I'll try to attack with the Rapid Strike Urshifu. Maybe, I'll have a prize sacked in the early game because I'm just getting set up. And then I'll try to use Moltres twice to do 220 damage and then 270 damage. Of course, we can always augment that damage with the Inteleon with the quick shooting, be able to snipe some stuff. And we also have, as a way to take additional prizes here and earn additional turns, we have the Medicham V. So this Medicham with the Yoga Loop, that's really going to be the only attack we want to use, but it can be really strong in pretty much any matchup that we don't quite get a knockout in. We can come up with Yoga Loop, take that knockout, and then go about another turn, hopefully kind of removing enough threats on the opponent's side of the field that we can win the game. This is a pretty tricky card to use, but you'll get used to it over time. Let's see. Is that all the one-ups? Oh yeah, we got Snorlax, we got Telescopic Sight, we got Palpad if you want to reuse some supporters. We got Cheryl to heal your evolution Pokemon. We got Cynthia's Ambition. I'm like tripping over my words. Draw until you have 5 cards if any of your Pokemon were knocked out. Draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand. That's pretty cool. We got Peonia. Since we're playing so many one-ups, put 3 prize cards from your hand, then put, back 3 prize cards. Like, that's pretty crazy. We got Raihan to accelerate energy. We got Sonia to get out our basics early. We got Zinnia's Resolve to draw a card for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So if you'll notice, there's no Marnie in here and there's no Research in here. And that's very unique from any other deck. And the reason is because you want to try to build up your hand. So honestly, Zinnia's Resolve is probably your best draw supporter in this deck, which is crazy to think about. But we're trying to build as big of a hand as we possibly can. And so we don't want to worry about discarding the resources because, again, there's 22 one-ups. There's 22 one-ups. We want to make sure that with every single card, we're playing it to the best of our effectiveness. So that is why you're not seeing Research. That is why you're not seeing Marnie in this list. It's a crazy one. If you want to see the full deck list, of course, you can go down in the description below. But now I'm going to teach you how to play it with a couple of games from my recent Twitch stream, twitch.tv/flexdaddy.cards. Follow me over there for more great TCG content. But for now, let's get into these games with this crazy Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX deck. It's Sussimar. Malamar, but okay, we'll retire the joke for now. This hand is excellent. I don't know what to get rid of. I think it's the Zinnias. It could also be the Clara. I'm thinking our draw is going to be Peonia for the next turn. So I'm trying to, I don't know what we're playing against. So I'm trying to figure out if Clara is going to be, how many times are we going to need to bring the Moltres back? I think we'll go Zinnias because we have the Drizzile. We could go Hoopa and try to take the KO on the next turn. They're going to dead draw. I guess this leaves us open to it still. So, yeah, this is the best play here. And then we'll end. But they play Battle VIP Pass. Why would they play Battle VIP Pass? Oh, is it that Arceus? Oh, it's Sylveon. Bro, my Discord is freaking out. Sylveon's the actual gas. No cap. Sylveon's the freaking gas, dude. I actually think Sylveon is cracked right now. Like, you don't even have to play a really thick line of Sylveon, man. Because Sylveon's Rapid Strike, right? So you could play it alongside Urshifu. Sylveon wins Sao Paulo. When is Sao Paulo? Is that before EUIC? Yeah, I like seriously think, because you can tech so many things in Sylveon. It's just your counter box deck. Maybe Rapid Strike Urshifu is just better because you're hitting more relevant weaknesses, but you get the double turbo, you get that choice belt. Like, we should just get pummeled. I was going to play Sylveon tonight for the late night series, but didn't have enough time to get the deck together. That is a shame. Yes, with Arceus. Yes, yes. Yes. This, I think, is a very good deck. I think. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I think we've probably played it on the stream, too. But now the Battle VIP passes make way more sense. What do you do? Go Sonya. I mean, we have to get things out, right? Have our other Urshifu. Get like a Sobble. It's hard because they have the Arceus. So they can just like do whatever they want. So we need to make this Urshifu worth it. But then how do we win? I ran out of time. Go Hoopa. We could VMAX Rapid Flow the active and the Sylveon. But then how are we taking our next prizes? 170? They take 3 prizes, we're doing 170. So that's 290. Okay, we'll make a play here. So we'll go here and here. It's not a great play. I'm not hype about this. Like, I am really not stoked about this play, but I think it's what we have. If we can get Inteleon here for the Drizzile. Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. I'm just so nervous about the Sylveon. I mean, I think this is an L matchup anyway, but we do have a way to take the knockout on the Sylveon on the next turn. Quick Ball helps. Clara will have to be our supporter, won't it? So maybe what I should have done was attach the second Rapid Strike energy. Because then if we keep one in hand, 170, we would need the Inteleon. We just like don't have a lot of resources right now. So we're going to need like a Drizzile off the top to go for Cynthia's. Or we just get Marnied anyway. That's cool. Okay. I actually like this more. Our hand was kind of awkward. So if we get like Cynthia's Ambition, we need the Moltres. I mean, this... You're looking at peak performance. There's a way we can get a knockout here, right? Because we can do 170, and then if we can get the Inteleon... Oh, wait, we can't get the Inteleon this turn. Okay, hear me out. We'll have to use Medicham on the next turn. All right. So we do something like this. Get Palpad. Let's go. So you're saying there's a chance. We could go Sonia. We could Palpad for Sonia. Oh, shoot. I can't remember what we have in the deck. Like, obviously, I don't want to get Sonia. But do I have a choice? Well, yes, I have to not get Sonia. That's very true. Okay. So... I have to not get some. I have to get Cynthia's. So I have to draw Scoop Up Net and 2 waters, or 2 energy that are not rapid flows. Okay. So this happens. Cynthia's. Okay. We can do 150. We can still get it on the next turn. The Moltres play, but at that point they should have another attacker going. So do I want to retreat? Do I want to retreat the Drizzile? We need this. So we bench it now. Because if they gusted, that's probably a dub for us. It's like probably a net positive if they gust it. And then we end. They like literally need to get an energy down and we basically lose. But the play I was going to go for is to try to get this to attack for 170. And then the next turn we bring up Medicham and then we do the last 20. And then we get rapid flow on like an Arceus or a Crobat. Like that was the line of play that I was trying to go for. And I'm hoping that we can at least force them to go after the Moltres, which would allow us to like evolve up our Inteleons and stuff. And then still get the knockout with the Moltres, because what we want to have is the 1 prizer. Like we want to force them to take 3 prizes. But like if they just get this going and then they have a boss, then we lose, right? So it's kind of tough. And they haven't even V-starred yet, so like that's also tough. So we'll see what they have. Maybe they don't have a supporter or something. Yo, Josh, thank you for the 11 months. But you guys can see the line of play, right? Like, I think that was it. Maybe I just don't ever bench Urshifu. That's maybe a line of play. Like, okay, there's the boss. They are going to go after the Moltres. Just kidding. That's smart. That's smart. Take the KO. Take the KO for sure. It's very smart. I think we like still need to Clara. I think, yeah, I think we need to Clara still. That's the sad thing. Let's see. Does 100. Okay, Raihan. Raihan's good. We don't have a way to take a prize, so we need to Clara. We have no way to take a prize on their bench. So it's got to be this. And it's got to be this. And we have to hope that our Moltres survives. Yo, little level ball. We have to hope that our Moltres survives, I guess. And we don't have any Clara. We do, sorry, we do have Clara. Just not by all the other supporters. Okay, so we'll take Clara. And play Clara. Why are these cards tiny? Oh, now it's normal size. He's just shy. Okay, so we'll take these. Go here. Again, if they can get one more attacker, then they win. I don't think the Inteleon helps us. We're doing 270. There's like no snipe damage that I feel like I need at this point. I'd rather just keep both open for the daddy Inteleon. I will Fiery Wrath. There's our boss. It's pretty nice. So that should just be it. They just need a V-Star here. They're going to go with Sylveon. I don't... They must know something that I don't. I guess we didn't need the Urshifu, right? Because we can just knock out with the Moltres. Kind of seeing that now, too. But I don't know what else we grab. I think we have to go for Clara there. I guess it's either Clara or Raihan. Yeah, maybe. They don't have it either? Ah. They don't have it either? That's insane. They could have Energy Switch. How do you lose this matchup, man? You were just so in front. Do you guys want to see the saucy play, or do you want to see the normal play? The normie play or the saucy play? Hey, Andrew. Welcome to the stream. You want me to flex on him? All right. I'll do my best. Galarian Sustres. Yo, and they scooped. Ah, okay. So what I was gonna do? Yo, look at this guy. Hey, welcome. What I was gonna do? I was gonna go. You know, you do 270 the active. They got 310 health. You go. Inteleon down. Ping the active. Get a scoop up net. Scoop it up. Inteleon ping the active. Do 270. If this is a simulation, I'm not enjoying the simulation. Nothing is too elaborate for... That would be a TikToker. That would be a TikTok boy. For sure. All right, we'll get our first taste of Mew with this deck. This is going on YouTube no matter what happens. We got a number of believers in chat. I hope I make you proud. Okay. All right. All right. So how do I approach this? I'm mostly wondering if I should play this down so that I can draw a few extra cards. And I think I want to. The tower seems kind of good to play. think I want to do this. Gormandizer, oh, you're a Gormandizer, baby. Okay, Octillery gets us another Sobble. Grease says, yeah, the 1,000 gems. Yeah, you got that message too? Yeah, dude. It's that's something for sure. They're pulling out all the stops. Pulling out all the stops for us. I think I've probably lost about like 10,000, no, probably more like 20,000 credits. Just because they don't actually like count up correctly. It's just funny, man. All right, our first Genesect hit for 5. Our first Choice Belt. Choice Belt, but sus. All right, they have. Just don't have the Gust, please. That would be horrific. Because what we need to do is we need to take this thing out. Okay. It's... I can't even see my hand. How am I supposed to know what to promote? I know... How am I supposed to know, bro? It's like playing Pokemon on hard mode. It's already hard mode. It's like playing Pokemon on like, you know, 100% no hit mode. Like, I don't even think that was correct. I don't know. I don't know because I couldn't look at my freaking hand. We're going to win anyway. Bro, they got the Gust. They got the freaking Gust, dude. What the heck, bro? They always have it, dude. I can't believe this. This is... Oh, wait, no. They already played the Elises. They played the Elises. I take it back. I take it back. My frivolous whining. That can go back. That can go back. Please never whine as much as I do, okay? Please never do it. Will not win you any favors. All right. Big, extremely large Zinnia is upcoming. So they're down to 5. So we take a knockout. Then we have, okay, so we take a knockout here. They take 3 prizes, go down to 2. Do this. It's going to be Zinnia's. Zinnia's queen. Yes. Yes. And then we need to use, so it's basically this, and then we need to use Moltres twice, right? Like, that is the plan. Okay? If I can avoid it, I would like to not play down the Urshifu VMAX to take this knockout. I recognize that we might have to. Like, we might just be forced to do that. But I would like to not do that, if I can. Okay. We have to play Zinnia's first because our backup is to go Scoop Up Net. Yeah, so we do get it. All right, very good. This is good. Could have taken the knockout with the Hoopa. But I don't actually think that that matters. Like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters. Like, yes, it does matter, but it doesn't really matter. Because the game plan basically stays the same. So we do this. We do this. Yeah, we probably should have gone for the Hoopa. It's like not really a big deal, I don't think. Is there anything else we can play? There is not. Moltres comes down. We kind of need like some supporters. That's okay. So 100 Furious Blows, 120. Could have optimized that a little bit by attacking with the Hoopa. I'm not too torn about it. Because as long as we can, Sonia is in a massive draw. Sonia is an enormous draw. Let me just say that again. Sonia is an enormous. Actually, no, I take it back. I take it back again. We actually did want to attack with the Urshifu so that we can do enough damage with the Galarian Moltres that we can take a knockout with the Galarian Moltres' attack. Otherwise, we'd have to sack a couple of prizes, which we could also do. That's not really a big deal. But gives them like a chance to maybe build up another Meloetta, which is something that we don't want, right? So yeah, I think we're cool with this. I think we're all learning here. So they're gonna cram me. And I think what they want to do is they want to go after a Drizzile prob. They want a Gust here. They're just going to max Miracle. Okay, I disagree with that decision by Cave Guy. I think they wanted a Gust. I don't think they played a supporter. They got something with Cram-O-Matic that we didn't see. So I think you just Gust here. And then also, I think I have to go here because I want to retreat with the energy or with the stadium. I just wish I had my hand so I could remember. Okay. Cheryl is absolutely worthless. Go Sonia. We'll go Moltres. Malevolent Charge. Energy Search. Trying to weigh the pros and cons of taking a dark versus a fighting. Play the tower. And then we're doing 340 here with Fiery Wrath. No reason to play anything because we win with this hand. We almost win with just a straight up Clara, depending on what we draw. So we can also take a turn to like Snorlax, so that's why I put that down. We got a really good hand. Okay. Maybe the Mew matchup isn't so bad. But I think they could have made the one play that they flipped heads on Cram-O-Matic and then didn't gust up, like either the Sobble or the Drizzile. I think that is the biggest play, because if they do that, then we can't get a knockout with Fiery Wrath on the following turn. We can only do, 240? So we wouldn't have been able to, like, we would have had a sack. It would have been a closer game, right? At this point, we should just be able to run through their stuff. With our Clara. Like, they presumably don't play any Marnie. But that's the Snorlax drop there, is to try to Marnie-proof ourselves. Yeah, I should have went in with 2 Meloetta. Exactly. Exactly. Because we can't Clara, like we can't get the Moltres set up and boss in the same turn most of the time. There are certain times you could do that, but like, you know, those are the luxury. You know, that's the exception, not the rule, you know. So this should just about do it, kind of no matter what they do. We're going to assume that they get a Mew VMAX up. But they did discard one early, so maybe they won't find it. There's a power tablet. I mean, they can't really take a KO. They're going to Fusion Strike System for once. So they just got hand locked here. But I mean, we win either way, right? You see that we have the Clara, we got the Evo Incense, we got access to everything we could want. They did put down the Urshifu, so that's another thing, right? If they're able to do that, then that's kind of sus. Get a Scoop Up Net. So one thing we could have done on our following turn is we could have tried to bench lock ourselves. And then as long as we have the Bird Keeper in deck, then we should be okay. So let's take a look. We got Bird Keeper. Yeah, I think what I should have done on the last turn is gone for a Drizzile and then used it to level ball. So like even in the dominating position that we were in, we did still make a misplay here. And I need to get Bird Keeper. So we should have gotten level ball so that we could have played around the echoing horn. It's another good thing to know. Bird Keeper, put that boy up. And that should just about do it. So we'll put that there. Again, we'll save things here. Let's go Fiery Wrath. No reason to play down the Urshifu. And that's GG's. Easy.